quickly, I just want to show you how I maintain these cast nets, and it starts right out of the box. I just got this one in today, and this is because I trashed mine this weekend, so I want to kind of do a real quick how-to, keeping in the theme of these recent videos that we've been doing, kind of show you what I do right out of the box. And this is also good to do throughout the year so that you can maintain your net. What we're going to do is go through and soften this net. These cast nets are made mostly out of monofilament line, so what you need to do is go through and take something, whatever you use, if it's fabric softener, I've heard of guys using dish soap, or a number of other things, and put it into the mix with this net. This is a 7-foot radius, 3/8 inch mesh old salt net. This is my preferred net that I like, just the size and the weight of it. So I'm going to show you what I do right out of the box to season this, and what I do throughout the year to kind of keep it in good shape. So here we go. The first seasoning, what I like to do is I'll take my cast net, okay, you open that up and remove the shameless plug, and what you'll see is that you have a banded up cast net in here that actually fits in the box. The first thing you have to do is come to grips with the fact that this will never happen again. As soon as you open this cast net, you will never get it back to this size, and you might as well use this box as a utility box or something else, because this isn't going to happen ever again. Now, having said that, what I like to do is short and sweet. Take a cup full of fabric softener. That's the kind I like. So I'll pour out, not a cup, but a load's worth. You can see the number on the inside. I'm filling it up to the number 1. Fill it up if you can see that. Okay. Up to the number 1. And I'm going to pour this in. Really, 1 cup should be all that you need for this, or 1 load worth. Should get the job done, because this is the initial seasoning of this. Again, this is just what I like to do. You can vary. And I like to use hot water on the first one. It has to do with the expansion in the monofilament. I like to get it hot so that this kind of soaks in initially, kind of when you prime your fuel tank. If you use some of the fuel stabilizers, you know, you always put more in it first, so I like to use a little bit of, this is pretty hot water, and I'll just let it sit. I'll fill it up to about the top of this jar here. I want it to definitely cover the net. Just like that. Hopefully you've got a good container that has not been cracked in transit, so it's just like this. It's going to cover it. You can kind of see that it's covering the majority of the net. You want it to cover all of it, so I'll put the rest of my water in here and get close to the top. And this is just a regular, I don't know, about a 1-gallon jug, Kool-Aid jug. I filled with hot water, filled this up. It took it perfectly. And again, this is a 7-foot net, so I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to just close it and let it sit for about a day and about 24 hours. It's going to get cold here in the next hour or so, hour or 2 maybe, but while it's working, that fabric softener is going to work into all of that mono line that's bunched up there together. So we're just going to let this sit for a day or so and let it work its magic, and when we take it out, it's going to be soft and pliable and smell really fresh. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we have this cast net that we seasoned last night. It's initial charge. We put it in for 24 hours with some fabric softener. You can use that, or I've heard of people using dish soap before. Either way works, whatever you want. If you find something different, that might work too, but this is what I prefer. So we're gonna dump this out. And there you have it. Brand new cast net, perfectly seasoned. Okay, looks nice. This is another reason why I love the old salt cast nets, because you have these actual real lead weights down at the bottom. So you don't have the little fake looking plastic weights that are filled with whatever they use to fill them with. So these are nice. You can melt them down afterwards, make some sinkers, or you can keep these on your lead line. After you are done with the net, you can use them for other things if you want, holding down trot lines, or anything that you can. But one thing I do like to do, okay, once we unfold this, is I'm going to take my hose and I like to just kind of rinse this off. Now what this does is I want to get the excess fabric softener off of here, so when I'm throwing this in the lake or the river, that I'm not producing a whole bunch of suds. I've had that happen before when I season these. Actually, when I first started doing this, throw it in the water and you end up with a bunch of bubbles surfacing up at the top, and that's really not good. Now depending on what you're using, dish soap or fabric softener, or whatever you choose to use, that could be bad for the water. You never know, but either way, bubbles coming up to the surface is probably not good. So if anything, it's going to scare the fish away. So I like to give it a little rinse and then a few tugs there. Now that's just your initial charge. Now this is ready to go, ready to be thrown and catch you some bait to catch some big catfish. Now about every month or every other month, depending on how much you fish, for myself and Team Thunder, we do this about every month to our cast nets. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bucket. It's actually a bait bucket that I have. That I'll throw some bluegill in. I'm going to go ahead and put this cast net into it. Like that, so everything fits inside of the 5-gallon bucket. I'm going to fill this up with water on a monthly basis, and what I will do is I'll do the same thing that I just did there, about a load, which is about a half a cup or a cup worth of fabric softener. I will dump that into this bucket, fill it up with water, and of course, just like we saw with the regular container for the cast net, it's going to float up to the top and not keep everything underwater. So what I like to use is this is just like a paper plate, reinforcement plate. If you have loads of money and you're way richer, you can use a real plate. It's not how I roll, so I'm just going to use this. And then I like to put just take a brick right here. Use whatever you want, something heavy, who cares. I'm just gonna set it just like this. So that's what we do. This is how you season a cast net. Thanks for watching, and if you like what we do, please subscribe right here. Yeah, hit the subscribe button. It's okay, it's fine. And we appreciate your views, and come back and hopefully we have some more good fishing information the next time you check us out. Thanks a lot. See you next time. I got a new This is why you don't do videos in the laundry room as the laundry is drying in the background. They just package them specially for us. Okay, you saw that. You can see what I had to clean off my dryer back here to make this a good shot. So let's take a look. The only one that has this stuff. When's the last time I used this? Sense. Spark plug cable.